They emerge from the shadows like ghosts of the forest, swift, strong, and unstoppable. Across Europe, their tusks have become symbols of both beauty and destruction. Today, more than 4 million wild boars roam freely across the continent, from the dense oak forests of Central Europe to the rugged slopes of the Balkans. Each year, their numbers surge higher, and in places like Anatolia, where Europe meets Asia, they've turned from wild animals into a relentless force of chaos. They tear through crops, trample farmlands, and threaten local communities. For farmers, hunters, and villagers alike, boar hunting isn't a pastime, it's survival. Deep in those mountains, where mist rolls through the pines and silence can be shattered in an instant, our hunt began. The dogs were the first to sense it. Their sharp barks echoed through the valley as they picked up a scent. Through the radio, our team tightened coordination. We triangulated positions and took aim. A rustle below movement. I raised my rifle, heart pounding, and fired. The boar vanished like a shadow. No hit, no blood. Just the thundering sound of hooves fading into the trees. We refused to quit. The pursuit turned fierce shots cracked through the forest, echoing off stone and wood, but the beast was quick, agile, and clever. Moments later, from the opposite ridge, Ralph spotted movement. He steadied his breath, adjusted his scope, and in one flawless motion pulled the trigger. The echo rolled through the valley. Down below, the boar fell instantly, a clean shot from 200 meters. The rest of the herd exploded into chaos, scattering through the underbrush. I raced ahead in the truck, cutting them off before they could vanish again. A flash of movement burst from the bushes. I aimed and fired. The air filled with the sharp crack of the shot, and this time, there was no escape. As I circled the ridge, faint rustling caught my ear again. Another target. No time to think. I opened fire. Several rounds rang out before one struck true. The boar stumbled and went down. From his vantage point above, Ralph remained watchful, scanning the ridgelines until another group came into view. His shot was calm, precise. Another boar down. Even under the heat of the midday sun, exhaustion wasn't an option. Persistence was our only companion. Then, as if fate had one more challenge left, a wounded boar limped out of the brush one we'd grazed earlier. I didn't hesitate. I raised the rifle, fired once, and ended it cleanly. Silence fell again. For an hour, nothing moved. Then, a faint ping on the tracker, a signal nearby. We rushed toward it. Suddenly, the prey burst from the thicket, muscles tense, eyes wild. One quick shot later, it collapsed. Another clean hunt. Alvin and I have been doing this since we were kids. Every weekend, we'd head out into the woods, testing our patience, our aim, and our bond with nature. This morning was no different. After days of planning, we finally set off to a forest near Alvin's farm, just 20 minutes from home. The sun had barely climbed over the hills when we spotted our first targets. My scope locked in, and one precise squeeze of the trigger brought the first boar down instantly. The dogs barked wildly, signaling more prey ahead. Alvin took aim next, his finger firm on the trigger. But luck wasn't with him. The boar slipped away into the woods. Still, hunting is about patience, not perfection. Another opportunity soon followed, and this time we managed to take down a straggler from the herd. Moments later, a friend of ours spotted another boar and took it down cleanly from a distance. I climbed to a higher perch, waiting for the next chance. When the herd finally appeared, hesitation was their mistake. I fired. The bullet cut through the morning air, striking true. As we reloaded, another wave of boars emerged, bursting from the opposite side of the forest. I shifted aim, fired again, and watched another target fall. The forest trembled with motion branches snapping, gunfire echoing, dogs barking with adrenaline. These weren't just animals. They were adversaries, smart and fierce. But our shots were sharper. Even through rain and fatigue, we pressed on. Farley and I spotted another group across the ridge and fired in unison 2 quick shots, 2 clean takedowns. But the real battle was yet to come. Back at our village, harvest season had begun. Every tree in our orchard hung heavy with fruit. The scent of ripeness thick in the air. It was supposed to be a season of abundance, a reward for months of labor. But then the boars came. Night after night, they stormed the fields, smashing through fences, devouring crops, and leaving behind nothing but ruin. The village couldn't stand by anymore. We organized hunts not for sport, but for survival. Experienced eyes scanned the dirt for tracks, and before long, we spotted the telltale signs. Hooves, fresh. The team moved fast, forming an ambush circle. Then came the thunder, the sound of hooves pounding against earth. The boars charged straight into our trap. Rifles fired in rhythm, every bullet finding its mark. One by one, the beasts fell. But there was no celebration yet. More kept coming, crashing through the underbrush like an army. The dogs barked furiously, chasing them down. Even in the chaos, every shot mattered. Our orchard, once peaceful, had become a battlefield. And yet, there was a strange beauty in it, the balance between man and nature, danger and discipline.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.